Kia ora koutou tawhakahua whānau. Ko te rā, meri, e tēnei rā. Let's do the photos of the week. Okay, before we start, I'd like to say karawhiuia ko te moana, whakahui toho rā, maki te iwi. And the reason I've come down here today is to see if I can see any orca in the bay. When I was down here last Sunday, I arrived early in the morning and actually saw some orca right here in Makara Bay, just feeding. And for the first couple of minutes, I just watched what they were doing. And then I realized, oh my gosh, I've got a camera. I better film this. So I got these shots here that you can see. Not the greatest shots, but gee, it was quite a cool moment. But then unfortunately, later that day, a baby orca, Punua Maki, was found beached on rocks in Wellington, just a couple of bays around. And there's actually a search on at the moment to try and find the family for this little baby orca, which is looked after by volunteers right at the moment. And that's why I'm down here this morning, to try and see if I can see any orca in the bay. But I can't, and it's too windy today, and it's actually pretty dark too. But if we jump back to that morning when I was down here, it was just this awesome sheet of mist in the bay. Adds a bit of an ethereal atmosphere to your landscape images when you're able to capture mist. And here's a couple of shags in a tree. These guys just wake up pretty slowly in the morning. I did have a great video of this one scratching his neck, but I lost it on a hard drive that burned out, and just some other sort of country shots. And this is actually as you drive into Makara. And spiderwebs are always great to capture, just as a test of focus, to try and actually get your focus on the spiderweb and excluding everything else, depending on how fast your aperture is. And this is a pretty cool landscape sort of shot, nice and flat. I actually really like that. Still no orca. I'm looking out here, but I don't have a chance to see any orca. In fact, I don't even know what I'm doing here. But when I was here last weekend, it was extremely still, so much so that I could fly my drone. It's the DJI Mini SE. Yeah, that's smaller than a smartphone, all folded up. Just a tidy little thing, but very, very powerful. So I got a couple of shots of that just down here. And I really like this one with the Pacific Ocean, Te Moa Nui a Kiwa, out in the background there. Have a bit of a crack at getting some shots down on the beach, down on the waves. Just trying to like freeze the motion, but still show the motion. That's what I was trying to do in these pictures here. As you can kind of see, I love the detail in this one and the colors. I mean, if we zoom in real quick, check out the detail in here. Pretty cool, hey? Woo! I was stoked. But yeah, I'm just trying to freeze the motion like glass, but show the motion like water. That makes sense. But also during the week, I managed to get into town and take some photos of the Matariki Sky Show here in Wellington. And with shooting fireworks, what I do is I set my ISO as low as I want. It doesn't matter. It's going to be as much light as you need because it's a long exposure. And then you set your aperture to however much you want the depth of field to bring into focus. Probably just a plane of focus where the fireworks are. And then you set your shutter speed somewhere between 2 and 8 seconds. I had 4 seconds I thought was about best. And anything longer than that, into the 10, 12, sort of 20 seconds, the fireworks become very mushy. And then when you do set off your long exposure, you want to try and predict moments when there's going to be symmetry in the fireworks in the sky and try and get those all within the shot. And I didn't do so great this year, but the thing is to set the camera up and just keep hitting that shutter button, get everything you can, and then sort it out later. And yeah, so that was fun. Fireworks is always a good challenge. And then it was back to the walk to work. And I like taking photos of seagulls, but look how golden this building is. We had some wonderful mornings, and one of the mornings I got some great videos, but it's on my burnt out hard drive. We've also got this fishing boat in town at the moment. It's got a whole lot of sailors on it who are sick, with the virus. So they're hanging out in Wellington here for a bit while they get sorted, which is pretty interesting. And I don't need to give you a lecture about plastic in the ocean. Don't let her. I will sign off with this last photo this week, and the reason this photo is in here this week is because around here, it's right in the middle of winter. It's cold, and daffodils generally signal the start of spring, and it's most certainly not spring. And so I really feel sorry for these guys popping up out of nowhere into a brave new world. All of a sudden, I've turned up here in the middle of winter. Oh my gosh, and it's like Antarctic cold winds like lasting through right at this very moment. All right, I'm going to leave you to it. If you want to check out the videos filmed down here last weekend, you can do so right here. Otherwise, we'll catch you later. Thanks for watching. Still no orcas. It could happen. It could happen. Bye.